That was just too bloody chaotic. Bloody mad. Bloody mental. $110%. There's the capstone. Yeah. He's a tough boy. The cave, he's alright. Like the dungeon itself. But that guy was a pain in the butt. He's definitely a boss worth fighting.
Ah, a warrior. How may I serve?
Did you die it? Yeah. Yeah. It was rough. Ooh. At the minute, I'm still salvaging it. I've got 1 million. But yeah, still salvaging it right now. What a bloody fight, though. Whew. Right, let's do a quick repair.
My skill is unmatched. You'll see.
Do a quick repair. How was our? What's How was our? It's a server again. What was that? Actually, I want to put these pants on. No, all this. Board. Wait, did I store it? Ba-da-dum. Yeah, we're definitely going to go with that. So I'm going to swap that over. We'll put that on. We just need fix to go with it, which I could use that one. Rapid fire, no. Thorns damage dealt. Twisted blade, that's an imprint. That's unique. Lucky hits. There's some jewels. Around how many Lilith statues have you found? In total? About 25. Bit 25. CSS video? Go, 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 go. We're in a town as well. All right. More than 100 still to find. Yeah. Yeah. That will give us so much, like, stuff to grab. Like, strength and stuff.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the
20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Hey everyone, my name's Jason. I'm a community manager at Coffee Stain.
Oh, I need to exit Diablo. Worth.
Studios, and you know what?
Hey, Jace.
Hey everyone, my name's Jason. I'm a community manager at Coffee Stain Studios, and you know what? We've had a lot of feedback from people, who have done their time in Satisfactory, and they just want to mess around, or people whose playstyles just don't really jive with, specifically what we've been trying to offer in the game, and they would just want to play in their own way.
Creative mode.
Lots of people have been asking for game modes in Satisfactory, and it is my pleasure to announce to you that in Update 8, game modes will be coming to Satisfactory under the name of Advanced Game Settings. And Advanced Game Settings will just be a suite of different functions that you can use to just modify the gameplay experience, basically, and just kind of play it however you want. However, one thing important to note is that these Advanced Game Settings, they are considered a separate gameplay experience of Satisfactory, and this is not the intended base game experience that we're, handcrafting for the average user. But more information on that a little bit later in the video. Also, before we go on, for sanity's sake, my God, when I was writing the script for all, saying Advanced Game Settings a million times, we're just going to shorten this. We're going to abbreviate Advanced Game Settings to AGS.
Ooh.
And I know what you're thinking. Jace, you can't call it AGS. That's the Armadyl Godsword from old school RuneScape, and it's nowhere near as cool as this.
Oh my
But
God.
one can dream. Anyway, we're using AGS moving forward. It's just easier that way, okay? The first AGS, the first advanced... Jesus, now I hate AGS. The first advanced game setting, AGS. The first AGS is flight mode. And this is quite simple. You turn it on and now you can fly. So you just basically double tap the spacebar when you're in game and you can just fly. And you press space to fly higher, C to fly lower, and you can hold shift to sprint while flying as well, so you go a bit quicker. There is no way to adjust your flying speed apart from sprinting and not sprinting. And some of you, I think that if you're like flying high up and trying to get from one side of the map to the other, you might feel that the flying is like a little slow, possibly. But this is as fast as we're going to kind of make it for now. You can make noise about that if you want it to be faster, and the team will consider it. But basically, this is about as quick as...
100% we need it fast and slow and other things, because I need different camera work if that allows me to do it. Otherwise, I'll still stick with pack utility, because they allow slow, medium, and fast, and it helps with getting around quicker.
Because we can have it right now, whilst also like maintaining the integrity on the tech side of things, where, you know, if you're flying too fast, the world will have issues loading, and then people will like complain about, you know, well, things are popping in or not loading quick enough. So the flight speed has to be sort of limited so that like there's a consistent experience while playing. If you know, want a faster flying, you know, I think there are mods out there for that can sort of, you know, give that, but you know, you can always leave your feedback as well. And you might be saying, but Uncle Jace, Hypertubes, they go faster than that. And stop, we're moving on. We're just gonna move on. That's a bug too that we're leaving in the game, okay? It's not a crafted experience. Anyway, moving on. And now look, the flying is not slow. It's quite quick. It's like you fly like 100 kilometers an hour or something like that, I believe I was told. So it's still very quick. And you know, it does other things like allowing you to navigate terrain and flying.
So a train's still faster, right?
Over cliffs, so it's actually really, really handy. It's also really nice when building, you know, just to fly. You don't need to worry about your hover pack connecting to power lines or anything like that. It's just really handy. Okay, the only thing I can imagine some people saying is like maybe it's a little slow, but I think it's fine. Well, try it out when you play. The next advanced game setting is God mode, and this is a feature as old as time. Basically, you're invincible and you can't take damage. And God mode, and this is a feature as old as...
No build cost, flight mode, no power, no unlock cost, unlock alternate recipes instantly, keep inventory, give items, God mode.
This time, basically, you're invincible and you can't take damage and you can't die, which is pretty nice. So you can just take a bunch of spitballs to the face from a spitter and you're good. However, there's one exception. The world edge, the world perimeter can still kill you. So you can't fly out as far as you want, or if you know, fall into an abyss or something, that will still
progression
kill you. So you can't fly out as far as you want.
Progression.
Or if you know, fall into an abyss or something, that will still kill you, but every other source of damage should be like nullified, right? So you shouldn't get that, okay? So basically you're immortal, but like it's like fix-it brand immortal, you know what I mean? The next setting is give items. The give items setting, this is a really, really handy little setting here where it allows the player to give themselves any item in any amount that they want, which is pretty sick. So if you go into the AGS menu, you'll see that there's under, I think it's gameplay, there's this button here that you can press, and then in there you can search for...
So you have to go into the menu every time to do this, to tick them, I guess.
And select whatever item you want, enter the quantity, and you're good to go. There's also this checkbox down the bottom part there, which you can check, which switches the numbers of the items to stacks, right? So instead of, you know, if you enter 3 with that checked, you get 3 stacks rather than 3 items.
I kind of like the menu for the give items. Because a lot of the times when it comes to like if you want to give yourself an item or anything, you could misspell it, you could forget the spelling of it, basically.
Okay, so that's that setting. We're also introducing a no build cost setting as well to the game modes, and this one is straightforward. Buildings require no resource.
The one thing I'm liking about this right now, chat, is for content creators. I know, like me, Total, like when we've got to build a video like super quick, we've got to go into creative mode, right? And whenever there's an update out, the mods break straight away, right? So we can't go into that. We've got to build everything by hand and all that kind of stuff. So now that we've got this in game, we won't have that issue anymore.
to cost, essentially, so you can just build anything you want, you know, build away, basically. One thing you can see here is that the resources listed for the building that you're about to build when you're building, you know, they're not there because obviously it's free now, so that's just sort of some UI feedback there. Also, when you dismantle buildings, you don't get the items for those buildings back when you dismantle them.
Nice.
And the reason for that is quite simple. When you have no build costs on, you build and dismantle a lot, and your resources never recycle, and so your inventory just fills up really quick, and then you end up with crates everywhere full of items because your inventory overflows. So we actually found that it's very, very, very annoying if you get your resources back with no build cost. So we're just making it so that you can't do that. And of course, if you need more items for whatever reason, you can use give items to get that. So the next setting is the no unlock cost, and this is, again, what it sounds like. No resources or items are required to unlock anything. This could be research in the MAM, it could be research stuff in the hub, it could also be even coupons stuff, right? So in the Awesome Shop, you know, those don't require anything either. Not only that, but the space elevator will no longer require any resources as well if you have this feature on. And there's feedback in the menus here, which show that like no resources or items are required in order to do these things, including on the space elevator. And also there's like some text here saying, you know, like no unlock cost active in the UI as well. This next one is super handy as well, but it's not like super straightforward, so we'll explain it. But it's called Unlock Alternate Recipe Instantly. This is kind of self-explanatory, but has some details. So basically what it means is if this is checked, that the second that you have all the requirements for an alt recipe to be unlocked, it becomes unlocked. And so what this means is essentially it removes the need for any hard drives at all. You never have to go to the MAM and research your hard drives and get, you know, alt recipes unlocked that way. You just immediately get them the second you have the requirements. Now what?
So that means if you unlock the milestone and you unlock a blender, you're going to get the items from the blender and the alternate recipes.
What are these requirements that I'm talking about? I'm talking about like you need to have the certain buildings unlocked for that alt recipe, as well as the resources unlocked for that alt recipe. So a couple examples can be the wet concrete, which requires water and limestone in the refinery to produce concrete, basically. And so this recipe becomes available when the concrete recipe, refinery, and water extractor have all been unlocked. Another example is steel screws. This requires steel beams to produce screws. And so this recipe becomes available once both the screw and steel beam recipe have been unlocked. And that's just how that one works. We have a no power setting that you can turn on and off. And this just basically means that no buildings require power. That's just all that means. And so what this means for power production buildings, if you take the biomass burner, for example, this only produces power when power is required. No power will be required, so it won't really do anything. I don't think it'll even burn through fuel. I'll have to double check that. But then as for other production buildings, so long as they're getting their inputs like coal and water in a coal generator, for example, they will just continue to produce power even though no power is used on the grid because you have the setting on. And what this also means is that all that power will be considered excess power, and that excess power will be sent to power storage if you have any of them in the grid. And so you can still charge power storage even with the no power setting on. The next AGS is going to be the ability to set the starting tier. Now this setting is a bit special, unlike the other ones where this one can only be done when creating a new game. You can't actually do this one in-game. And basically, it just gives you the ability to set what tier you want to start at, and then you'll get some free items, which will be provided that should sort of like match the selected tier that you've selected when you start. So you'll start with some reasonable items that make sense given the tier. The next setting is set game phase, and this just allows you to set the space elevator project assembly phase manually, just sort of whenever you want, so you can just advance that as you wish.
So that's
I think you can only advance it in one
Nice.
direction. I don't think you can regress it back to a previous version, but that's a setting that you can play around with now. And this is available in-game and also, I think, available when you're creating a new AGS save. More information about creating an AGS save later. We also have options to unlock all tiers, unlock all MAM research, and unlock all shop items, I guess you would call them. And yeah, these are just 3 different checkbox here, and you can just check whichever one you want to unlock everything from. So if you just want the MAM research, you can just check that one if you want, or you can check all of them and apply, and you'll get everything. And so the next setting is going to be the keep inventory setting, and there are some key informational updates here about this. Okay, so first of all, what is the setting? This is what happens to your inventory when you die. And there's 3 options. You either lose everything, which is how it currently works.
Hardcore mode.
You lose everything, but you keep your equipment, which is different.
I thought when he said keep nothing, like everything, even your box dies.
And then also that you lose nothing if that's what you want as well. Now, one thing to
Kinda
note
nice.
here is we are changing the default setting of this to be keep equipment. So when you die now, you drop all your items, but you bring all your equipment. And this is something that I think a lot of people have given some feedback
Nice.
on, because it can be really tedious to like craft more.
Yeah, to get more bloody blade runners and all that kind of stuff. Normally, you have to put a box in your hub normally. So that's kind of a nice little add-on.
More blade runners or something like that.
So the only thing you need to really keep there is just fuel.
And then to run and pick up your blade runners again. So we're now making the change where you keep the equipment that's equipped on you, but everything else gets dropped. And so what this kind of means is that if you want the old version of the game, the more hardcore version where you drop everything, that will actually be an advanced game setting that you need to turn on. The last setting that I want to talk about today is disable arachnid creatures. You know, if you're scared of cats and spiders, then with this feature, you can now remove all the spiders from the game entirely. With some of these features, and this one especially, you know, there's sort of the question of like, well, shouldn't this be like an accessibility feature? And possibly, I think you could argue that either way. But basically, we sort of think that the removal of an entire creature type completely from the game is a bit too much of an impact on the base game, essentially. And the current combination, we feel that the current combination...
I'm definitely going to use that because I hate it when you just kind of build all your hands. Meow, 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 meow.
of arachnophobia mode plus creature hostility, which will... Both of these things will remain as accessibility options in the normal options menu. They're not advanced game settings. And that the combination of those two together should alleviate most, if not all, accessibility issues in the game. So we think that that should go far enough. But if you want to take it to the next step and just get rid of all the arachnid, spider, stingers, whatever, from the game completely, you can use this option to do that as well. One other thing to mention real quick is that the menus have changed in general, just the menus in general. And so the creature hostility and arachnophobia mode options are in different places in the menu. So just keep an eye out for that when you get update 8. So I know what you're thinking. These sound fun, but aren't these a little too OP? Juice Velvet, man. That's what you guys sound like. Now I need a drink of water. Holy fuck. Yeah, a lot of these are absolutely too OP for Satisfactory. And many of them, I think, undermine what the, you know, originally intended experience of Satisfactory.
Yeah, but that's why it's an optional. That's why it's an optional thing. Having optional suits all players, kind of.
Satisfactory. And many of them, in my opinion, undermine what the original, you know, intended experience of Satisfactory was supposed to be. For example, flying alone undermines exploration and renders certain items like...
Yeah, it's just you as a player now have control. The whole game of Satisfactory is how you play, right? Every player plays the way they want to play. If they want to spawn in items, they spawn in items. They spawn in items. If they want to fly, they will fly. If you want to play the game without doing any of that stuff, without touching the game settings, don't do it then. You know what I mean?
Jetpacks, hover packs, maybe even zip lines and things like that. Basically obsolete, and ladders, obsolete. And generally speaking, we still do want Satisfactory to be challenging as far as planning your factory, number crunching, organizing and designing your factories, where you want to place them, these kind of decisions. Even combat and exploration, as far as that goes, we still want that to be a little bit challenging as well. The feeling of being a little overwhelmed within Satisfactory, thinking about all the things you need to do next, but then overcoming that sensation is a core experience to what we're trying to strive for in Satisfactory. Having said that though, but what we intend Satisfactory to be is not always the way that some people like to play the game. Some people might just want to build stuff, and some just might have accessibility needs.
It's literally becoming now a full sandbox game, which is good. It always was, but now they give us more tools to be more of a full sandbox game.
And this has been clear. This has been clearly demonstrated through feature requests on the QA side. And not only that, but also when we just look at the modding community, how thriving that is. People just want to have different experiences with Satisfactory if that's what they want to do. And so that's kind of why we want to offer some of these features out of the box. However, in doing this, we actually ran into a lot of roadblocks internally, a lot of back and forths.
So is this the reason why it was delayed, was because of these tools?
About this, trying to figure out, well, like, you know, how much is too much? Is this undermining our entire game? But we also want to provide these features. You know, what do we do? Like if the settings are there and they're too easy to access, the temptation to shortcut the game the second you get challenged is maybe too great and might ruin certain people's satisfaction with the game long term.
So what about just going into, before you start a world, would you like advanced game settings available or not?
Gamers are, at the end of the day, often very quick to optimize away their fun if they can exploit something or use cheats or something like that, or additional options. But we're also giving these features, so we don't want them to be too hard to access, you know, for the people who, you know, want to play the game in a different way. People who are optimizing their fun to have as much fun as they can have, specifically them, right?
No.
And not only that, one other thing we wanted is that we wanted the ability for people who had existing saves, who have done their time in the game, hundreds of hours on their save file, who want to, you know, mess around with advanced game settings. We wanted them to be able to opt into that as well.
So
and yeah, it has been quite a process to try and balance all of these needs and concerns as we were doing this, but I think we've come to something that works pretty well, but would obviously love your feedback on this. So how do you access the features then? Currently, you can enable advanced game settings when you start a new save or when you load an existing save. So when creating a new save, you'll see an advanced game settings button down the bottom, and you can click on that. There'll be like some warning and stuff like that, and then there'll be some settings you can change. The other way that you can get into AGS mode is by loading an existing save. There'll be a check mark. If it's a save that is not in AGS mode,
there we go.
There's a check mark that you can click on to enable advanced game settings, and then when you load that save will then be in advanced game settings. So, but one thing to note here is that this is kind of a one-way street. Once AGS is enabled on a save, it cannot be disabled for that save
so there
anymore.
You go.
There will be a warning before you do this, a box that explains clearly that this is a one-way street. You know, if you opt into this, there's no going back on this save. Having said that though, if you wish to preserve your old non-AGS save and branch out, you can still do that, because if you open up you know, if you load a save file using AGS, you can then save that as a different save, and now you've got a separate AGS save keeping your old one intact. You can also back up your saves.
Jojo!
And we feel that, you know, this workaround is like maybe a little cumbersome here and there, but we think it's pretty good. You have control over your saves. You can have a fun save with all the settings if you want, and a vanilla save as well if that's what you want. So the control is still in your hands. You can choose whatever you want to do. We previously had this set up to be much simpler, where you could just do this mid-game whenever you want. You could just go into advanced game settings, make some changes, you know, and whatever. But we really wanted to make the process of enabling AGS to be as clear and as conscious of an action for players with multiple steps. And this is in order to intentionally create friction to dissuade people who are feeling challenged by the game into using AGS just to get over it in the moment, right? But it also clearly communicates what is the base game and what isn't the base game, right? So that's another really important reason for us doing it this way. But at the same time, these steps are still really, really easy to do. So if you just want to have the AGS features, you can have them. They're very easy. It takes like 30 seconds. So if you want it, it'll still work, but we think that it was a little unfair to dangle these settings in front of you mid-game for everyone. You know, we think it's a little unfair for the player in that case, because people might end up doing something they don't really want to do and use features that they didn't actually want to use. But the advanced game settings will still be in the main menu if you have an AGS enabled save, right? If you're playing on an AGS enabled save, the settings will be right there in the main menu. And some of the settings will only be available when starting, creating a new save file and enabling AGS on that.
Nice.
For example, the set starting here. Another thing to note is that when you're browsing through your save files and when you're gonna load a game, you'll notice that there's some icons here. Will have a little pencil on it, and on the session, and that means that within that session there's at least one save that has AGS enabled, and you can see here that there's a list of saves here under this one session. Some of them have advanced game settings enabled, and some of them don't. And this is because I branched my saves using the method I said before. I would load in with AGS enabled, and then save the game, and that would be a separate save. You might be wondering what happens in multiplayer with these settings, and so for multiplayer games, the host or the admin on dedicated servers, can enable AGS in the exact same way as single player. You can start a new game with AGS enabled, or you can convert an existing save into an AGS enabled save. However, clients will not have access to any AGS enabling settings at all on a save that does not have AGS enabled.
Makes sense.
If a save file is in AGS mode, clients will have access to all of the AGS settings. So there is an obvious potentially problematic situation here where perhaps the admins might want control over AGS settings, but they don't want the clients to have control over AGS settings. Currently, as the implementation is today, there is no...
I was going to say that will probably get implemented at some point.
...solution for this. Everyone who's in the game has access to all the AGS settings, so this is something that you will need to keep in mind if you are a host and you play with friends, or if you run a dedicated server. If you're going to run AGS settings, you need to bear in mind that, you know, your friends or the people on your server can change these settings. And we also have a little icon on each of the settings, which sort of show which settings affect everyone on the server, and which settings only affect the individual player. Because some settings only affect your game, but some settings affect everyone else's as well. And so like the obvious, like, you know, solution for this is some sort of like permissions or roles system or something like that. And that's something that we've, you know, been eyeing for some time. And I don't know what the solution for this will end up being, but right now...
The only way I can see that being a thing is when you go into multiplayer settings and you click players, and then where it gives the individual players in the list, it says advanced game settings mode, and you just give that person a tick or something like that, and everyone defaultly comes into that server with that tick. Without the tick, sorry. And then everyone who has it will save with it. I think
we just don't have it.
I think that's the best way to possibly just utilize that, right?
And it is something that we want to implement a solution for in the future, but right now there's just no concrete plans on that. Okay, so that is just how it is right now. So the last thing I want to talk about real quick is going to be feedback, and that is because we want to continue getting feedback from you guys for Satisfactory. The game is still in early access, and we really, really want your suggestions and bug reports and all that kind of stuff. Now, these game modes, these advanced game settings, this is a pretty major addition to Satisfactory, and it's one that we have intended on adding for a very long time. We've talked about this for years, literally. But we have held off. And the main reason for that is because we wanted feedback about the base game, and we still want that. If you ever feel that the base game is too hard, or things are unbalanced, or, you know, something like that, please, please, please let us know on the QA side, questions.satisfactorygame.com. Please let us know, because our goal is still to tune the base game to make that right, to make that feel good, okay? These extra settings, the AGS, the advanced game settings, generally speaking, are not being implemented to substitute for poor balancing or anything like that, okay? So we still want the base game to be tight. So we still need that feedback as well. If you find yourself needing to go to advanced game settings to have any fun at all, that's a great moment to let us know that you feel that way and why you feel that way, because maybe it means that we need to do some work to the base game. And we would also just love feedback on what you think of the implementation so far, and also if you have any game settings that you think should be added to the AGS menu. We're all ears for that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty big video, lots to talk about. I hope you're interested in this. I think it's pretty exciting. I think a lot of people are gonna really enjoy these new settings.
Yeah.
If you're pumped for it, you know, leave a like, consider subscribing, and have a lovely weekend. Bye, everyone.
Bye. 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 Oh, I didn't do a meme. I don't like it when they don't do a meme at the end. I don't like it when they don't do a meme at the end. It's only a small update. Fucking bollocks. I'm not swearing. BRB chat. Oh, okay. Right, sorry. Will your factory be broken in the new update? No. My factory will be fine. I'm loving it. Right. Let's get the cooler facing directly this way. Beautiful. Da, 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 da. Woo! Nice. You doing pass it on? No, I've had to cancel being in part of the pass it on this time around. Because the whole point of the pass it on event is you raid somebody after you do it, right? But I'm not finishing after I do it. So DC1 said we'll have to do it another time then. So I won't be doing it. Because they don't want to do any soft raids, I'm guessing. They don't want me to just put the link in chat and do it that way, I guess. Yeah. So we're not doing that pass it on event. There will be trees to prune, or otherwise everything is fine, I think. Yeah. Yeah. I want to start... I'm just wondering to use... I need to find these bloody altars. And it's taking way too long. Do I use the interactive map thing to find them? Stardust Binga. Welcome in. Does anyone have the site for it, or what's it called? Is it the same website that used New World? Was it Genie something? D4 planner. Na 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 na. Yeah, I just want the statues. I've got one here. I've got Map Genie. Mapgenie.io. I can zoom in and stuff. Because these fucking statues are taking the piss. Okay, so I'm here. Okay, sweet. Statue there. Okay, let's go. Time to ride. Yeah, I just want the statues. They're gonna take fucking forever to find.
Not in town.
Not in town. Right, let's ride. Oh, it's right fucking here. Is it really? Oh my god. Okay, that worked. That worked. Na 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 na. Is it bad? Almost done with the renown. Some of them are going to be in such obvious places. Oh, there's a side mission here as well. Side mission and another one. Not be finding these. Oh, ba 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 ba. These maps are really do you guys agree like the other Diablos didn't make you feel like you was in another in a world? This one actually makes you feel like you're in a world. The other ones didn't for me. In a world where Bitz is in a world. One man, one spoon. I would watch that movie. One man, one spoon. I have indeed, Doggen. I have indeed. Of course. Psst. I'm a spy. Welcome in. I don't think you should be announcing you're a spy. Welcome. Really?
Need more time.
A lot of people joined Discord recently. Yeah, a lot of people. Since the Satisfactory video of the Community Worlds. Definitely going to know this soon, but I've got the Let's Play episode to come out first. And I'm probably not going to do that until after Tuesday. So I can... oh, shit. I don't want to mount the clockwise. Put the update 8 stuff in there as well. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody?
Time to recharge. I'm out of energy.
You should join the Discord. I think you should join the Discord. Na 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 na. Yeah. Goodbye. Coming on Tuesday, are you going to do a new Let's Play? No. It's still going to be the same Let's Play series, 100%. No way I'm starting a new one. We're doing nuclear in this save. The people have been waiting for nuclear. Imagine as soon as I got to place the first nuclear... Oh my god, I keep fat fingering bloody right mouse. Could you imagine if I go down to place my first nuclear plant? Or turning the power connection on? And then I suddenly start a new save? Could you imagine that? The people will be pissed. Your vid's not over yet? Yeah, I know. It's still taking its time, doing its thing. YouTube still doing YouTube things. Na 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 na. You hear where the golden cover go? Yep. Indeed. The only time I'll be starting a new save now for YouTube is to for 1.0. If I finish this save before 1.0, I'll probably just do some like meme stuff. Maybe try out like a little bit of a modded collection just for checking the stuff out. Not do like an official Let's Play until 1.0.
I'm not ready yet.
But it'll also give me a good little break from Satisfactory until we got all balls deep when 1.0 comes out. Because you better believe there's going to be bloody YouTube after YouTube video. Flip switch, screen goes black, Skyrim carriage ride starts. Hey you're finally awake. The carriage starts flicking around because you got too many mods installed in the correct order or incorrect order. What the hell's going on over here? Bloody hellfire thing. There better be in-depth nuclear. I need to get rid of this headache. Oh, don't worry. There'll be a lot of nuclear stuff. You'll be watching it on the stream as well, so you'll see all that. Whoa! Whoa! Holy shit! What the fuck is this shit?
Don't have enough energy. Need more time.
Holy fuck.
Need more time. Out of energy. Need more time. I'm not ready. Out of energy. Need more time. Need more time. Need more time. Don't have enough energy. I'm not ready yet. Need more time. Don't have enough energy. Need more time.
He's going for that guy, doesn't he?
Low on energy. Need more time.
Oh, DL.
I need more time.
Fucking shadow shit. Fucking hell. Pissing me off. Don't you dare fucking revive, heal back to normal. Stop going down here. What the fuck did I get from that? What did I get from that? What was that? I got fucking jack shit. I got jack shit, man. I got fucking jack shit. Oh, bloody jack shit. Blinking hell, man. Right. What was I looking for? I was looking for the thing, wasn't I? It was there.
I need more time.
Bloody pain in my ass.
Don't have enough energy.
Whew. Bloody hell.
Not in town.
Not in town. Who else has got all these statues? The other one not here? Oh, that was an event. You got them all? So many bloody enemies around here. L-Tide event. Oh, side quest.
It was my best mate.
Woo!
Took him to the sea a fortnight ago and hasn't returned.
Has not returned.
Heard his vessel met the rocks beyond Stormbreak Cove. Tore it to pieces. I'd give the coast
This
a
game
look
is
myself.
pretty though. It's so nice. The textures are really nice.
Haven't sent the boats. Ike.
Apparently, you get aberrant cinders and a chance for a legendary when defeating Kicksrath. Yeah, not a chance. I didn't get anything. I got screwed.
Not in town. I can't do that here.
Well, I got all the ones I could in Fractured Peaks, doing that, the Strongholds.
Need more time.
Bring the IRONWOLF armor to Berez. Slay 100 drowned. I can't do that because it's crazy, isn't it? Chaos right now. These aren't drowned. This place is terrifying. When it's all blood, it's bloody madness. Whoa. Whew. Significantly harder than a 21. About 20. Search for Brennan at Stormbrink Cove. Brennan. Ta-da! Hi. Oh, okay. Huh. I don't know what I'm meant to be looking for here.
Don't worry.
Oh, here he is. He's bloody.
Just need to wait out it. Our ship kissed.
Is that right there?
Eternal watch with its bare ass.
Briny fit. Not right now, because I'm after these.
It needs time to recharge.
Finally. Out there pissing blood rain.
Need more time.
Oh. Bloody hell. I wonder what the Dune MMO is going to be like. Bloody corpses.
Oh, is you going to help me open the gut further?
Nice.
I can't do that here.
Was the first thing I did after finishing the campaign on Unlock Nightmare. Yeah. It's a bit of a trek, isn't it? Because there's so many of them. So many of them.
I need more time.
Wob, 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 wob.
I'm not ready yet.
I need to check the YouTube video in a minute. When I get to the next safe town. Doot, 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 doot. Da, 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 da. Oh, ability. Very limited on where I can put this, right? Trapmaster is done. I might put one on the adrenaline maybe. While moving, you gain 5% increased energy regeneration. Put one on that. While above 50% more energy, gain 5% increase movement speed. While below 50% of energy, gain 5% increase in attack speed. Fancy them dungeons later? Yeah, yeah. Oh. Wait. Indeed. Do some dungeons. Some dungeons. I got that one. Not got that. Oh. Into the bloody swamp we go. Well, literally into the bloody swamp. What up, JW? How you doing, man?
What happened here?
I can't call you Dragon as well. Too many of them. Dragon, JW. So many of yous. I'm doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. Did not want to do that. Lichens. Yeah, it comes. Dunno has died. Did come. Did come. Means I can sit here naked now. Huh? Exactly. It's going to take a while for me to sort another one out. I won't say a while, but like probably next month. I'm not even sure I have legs. I don't have legs. When I was in Amsterdam and I met like a lot of people, I had robot legs on. Robot legs. Nobody could tell. It was that good. Made from spoons. I don't think it's here in this location. Oh, I ran past it. I think I ran. Did I run past it? I did. It's right there. Made from soon. The extra deluxe model. There was curvy. Definitely curvy. When there's a heat warning. Now I get it. Hey, that's a good point, actually. That's a plus. Yeah, until I'm able to afford a new one, there's no point in me just like going out and spending, you know, $60 or something on a £60 on a cam. Well, I can put that towards a new camera that I'm going to use professionally anyway. You know, there's no point. So I may as well just wait until my sponsors come through next month and go for one then. Which will be like end of July-ish. Already got that one. Don't have that one. Bloody hell, not a spear. Alright, let's just head back. Oh.